Nintendo's Donkey Kong is widely considered to be the first video game that contained a story that players could see unfold on their TV screens. Released in 1981 and directed by Shigeru Miyamoto, who had a very different idea on how to communicate with the player than the rest of the industry did at the time. Donkey Kong was the first step into integrating stories like the ones we used to watch on TVs or read on books into the format of video games. There's a big difference between watching a story unfold on a movie than on a game. In the latter, you are part of the story. You have control of your own fate and you have the freedom to do what you want. And the other is just a pre-recorded MP4 file. Nothing wrong with movies or books, by the way, they are awesome. As of the recording of this video, Doom came out exactly 10,619 days ago. The franchise, alongside its developer team and the entire video game industry, have evolved into what they are today in 2023. A supergiant on the industry of entertainment that houses dozens of genres and subgenres of gaming. Yet, 30 years ago, this wasn't the norm. Video games were much simpler back then due to the limits in technology. And in the case of first-person shooters, those games were pretty much just you running around and shooting things until they died. With a narrative and meaning behind your actions being thrown to the background. John Carmack's quote encapsulates perfectly where the industry stood back then. Story in a video game is like a story on a porn movie. It's expected to be there, but it's not that important. Now, decades later, fans of Doom are still bringing up this exact quote when arguing about if whether or not Doom needs to have a story and narrative, stating things like Doom doesn't need lore because Doom is all about the top quality gameplay and having a story just slows things down. Now, if you like Doom having a story, leave a like on this video, my friend. And if you don't, well, let me know down below in the comment section. Let's begin, friendos. Gamer subs, code midnight, use 10% off. Thank you. I for one do think that Doom would be on a worse position if its software didn't build on the story from the originals. In case you didn't know, Doom has had a story ever since it was released in 1993, although it was not very present when you played the game, but it's there, right there on the manual. We need to understand that back then, memory space was one of the biggest obstacles when developing a game. So, for a game like fucking Doom that was already pushing the limits of what was physically possible, adding cutscenes, dialogue, and an actual cohesive story was out of the question. And the fact that no story, only gameplay was the industry standard back then, nobody bat an eye. That was until Half-Life released the 19th of November 1998. This game is considered to be one of the most important and innovative pieces of media ever created. It single-handedly shaped the industry into what it is today, in the case of FPS games, and proved to everyone that having a story on a video game is as important as its gameplay loop. Half-Life revolutionized the FPS genre by integrating scripted story events into its gameplay, and giving you the freedom to just do what you want. What?
You know, he didn't bring his passport.
Because of its immense popularity and success, you can see how much Half-Life really influenced its software with the development of Doom 3, the first Doom game where the narrative was just as important as the gameplay. In both the games, you start by arriving at a top secret facility, you talk to some people, the game introduces you to its universe, you are asked to check something down below, and everything goes to shit. Yet, at the time, fans weren't happy with what Doom 3 offered, and a lot of people like to point out that the reason why the game in quotes failed was because of the inclusion of a story, characters and cutscenes. And well, I think that's incorrect. The reason why Doom 3 failed was because how different the gameplay felt and was. Instead of circle strafing like a cocaine addict and killing 50 demons in a matter of seconds, now you move slower than a JoJo character, and each encounter has a total of 2 or 3 demons. It just wasn't up to its software standard. Yet, I do think that Doom 3 is a fantastic game for what it offered. What I want you to understand is that Half-Life was the natural evolution of the FPS genre in terms of storytelling, and id Software would have been stupid if they didn't capitalize on the potential the franchise had in terms of world building. Not giving context as to what you are doing and why you are doing those things in a game like Doom is basically a crime. There's just so many possibilities and stories and characters that can bloom out of this franchise, all because of the setting that hell is invading humanity. Fucking Doom is just too big of a franchise to not have cool characters, a deep story, and a well thought out universe. It's like if Warhammer 40k was just limited to being a tabletop game and nothing more to build on it. It's just a wasted opportunity.
Stand with your brothers!
In August 2007, 3 years after Doom 3 released, John Carmack confirmed that Doom 4 had just begun development, and as we all know, that game became the reboot of Doom, and was released in May of 2016, almost a decade later after it was announced. This game was id Software's ultimate curse. They just didn't know in which direction they should take the franchise. Of course, the few media that is available suggests that this game was basically going to be Call of Duty, and according to id Software, the game was Doom in name only, with the project being scrapped in 2013 to start anew. id Software had to make Doom 2016 work. It couldn't be just a game with decent sales, it needed to be a colossal hit. At the time, top tier gameplay can only get you so far. Gamers have evolved. Besides wanting amazing gameplay, they also need something to relate to. With that in mind, id Software began working with two things in their heads: modernize the fast as fuck gameplay of the originals with a profound and mysterious story like Doom 3 as well. And well, the rest is history. Doom 2016 came out, colossal hit. Doom Eternal came out, Berga! In gaming, I see storytelling as a tool to enhance the experience even higher. In the case of Doom, it's cool to just turn your brain off for a short time and just kill demons, yet knowing the context as to why you are doing it, knowing the implications of what will happen if you let one of those vile beasts survive, or even worse, if you were to die, what are the stakes at hand, makes the gaming experience way more significant, at least for me. Knowing that you, a mortal turned demigod, is the only reason why the demons check below their beds before they sleep just makes you feel strangely powerful and awesome. At the end of the day, my friends, Doom is a power fantasy thanks to its amazing gameplay, and even more because of its context, story, universe, characters, yada yada yada. If you believe that having a story, characters and cutscenes on Doom completely ruins your dooming experience, you can always skip those cutscenes. Also, I see a lot of people acting like if the story of Doom Eternal was as intrusive as the one on The Last of Us or God of War. Those games, even though they are great, basically give you 20 plus minutes of exposition for 5 minutes of gameplay. I've been playing God of War Ragnarok, I'm loving it, but god damn it, I want to play, not walk. Comparing Doom Eternal to that is just wrong. Also, most of the exposition given on Doom happens on the codex entries, which are completely optional. Stop spreading around that lore doesn't belong in a franchise like Doom. We're basically making a disservice on what id Software has built for over 30 years of games. Getting rid of such an important aspect of video games will just make Doom smaller, not bigger. And don't we all want our favorite franchise to grow? Don't we? But well, my friends, that's just my super ultra hot take. I want to know yours, so if you have one, please let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. It's okay, my Spartans. Happy New Year, motherfuckers. I apologize for not uploading a video. I was on vacation and it was very relaxing. I really needed that. But starting next week, we're gonna go back to the grind. Anyways, my friends, have an awesome Saturday and weekend and stay safe. Adios. Bye.